Welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. It is officially a brand new season, and as always, there is a brand new car. Today, we've got this thing, the Volkswagen ID.R. One of, if not maybe, Forza Horizon 4's newest, fastest car. This thing produces downforce like a crazy person. We'll get into that when we officially unlock the car, but the way you unlock this thing is by completing the trial. Essentially, what that means is you need to go online with 6 other real people and race 6 AI on the hardest difficulty. It is one of the hardest things to do in Forza Horizon 4, and as per we've done in the past, we have set up a Discord channel specifically for that. So if you don't have 6 of your friends, you can go down, there's a link in the description to our Discord server. You can find 5 other people to help you unlock this car. Look for help, ID.R unlock. Anyway, so there you go. That's gonna be the goal for today. We will go in and find ourselves a team. We've already got some people in. Anyways, before we do go and unlock that thing, I do want to check out the Forzathon shop. Oh, would you look at this? We've got an Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, the Mercedes AMG GT4, and if clothes are your thing, there you go. I guess without further ado, we should go and unlock this ID.R. So for the trial this week, we can actually choose any S2 car that we like. I think for this, I'm gonna be a little bit boring, just go with my Dodge Viper. Oh, a cross-country circuit. Fantastic. Here's a top tip. Don't take a Dodge Viper. Yeah, we've got a 911 GT3, a Dodge Viper, a McLaren Senna, and an F50 GT. All right, we've definitely made life harder for ourselves, but now, because of our failure, you all know what to take. That was actually a lot easier than I expected, even while running a Dodge Viper. So just a heads up for anybody who wants to do it, you've got 2 dirt races and the third one is a street race. So have maybe like a car that can kind of do everything. My Dodge Viper actually wasn't that bad. Oh, the ID.R is officially ours. Thank you. So boys, say hello to the Volkswagen ID.R. This thing is an absolute... Huh? It's got a little hole in its head. I had no idea that's how you got in this car. Anyways, so the Volkswagen ID.R. Fun fact with this thing, Volkswagen built this car in 200 days to compete at Pikes Peak, which is like the big hill climbing event, and then they smashed the record. And then they were like, well, that's pretty good. We should go and do some more. So they took it to Goodwood, broke that hill climb as well. Anyways, as this is big ol' race car, in case you couldn't tell, it doesn't actually have a license plate, but it does. My license plate is actually printed on the left-hand side of that Volkswagen logo. It's already sitting at the top of S2 class. Don't ask me how this thing is an X-Class stock. 10s across the board, except for speed. That's because it's an electric car. I will explain that when we get to the upgrading stuff. 670 horsepower. That's why the speed's not super great. 2,400 pounds. Nothing that seems totally, like, insane. If you look at, like, the Mosler, you could definitely get some similar stats to that. This thing actually has twice the amount of downforce as the McLaren Senna, which is already insanely arrowy. It's ridiculous. It's obviously an electric car. I've got 1 gear. No need to change gears, so don't even think about complaining about my gear changes today. However, this is the top speed. 150 miles an hour. Unbelievably grippy, though. Going around these corners, it's just stick, 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 stick. Yo, I've never had something this grippy in Horizon before. This actually feels ridiculous. I don't know what, if any... Hi. I don't know what, if any, upgrades this thing is gonna have. Probably not many, but we'll have to see. A lot of people are saying in Oh my... What the... Whoa. How is that suspension? I'm like... Those look kind of like shocks, right? Pushrod suspension? One of the crazy things about this car is pretty quick 0 to 60. It's got 2 engines, one for the front, one for the back. It's electric, so it means insta-torque. It does 0 to 60 in... Okay, well, if you don't get so much wheel spin, 2.2 seconds. It's an absolute mad lad, this thing. Anyways, let's go take it over to a race where we've got a bunch of corners. This race has a bunch of high-speed corners. If I need to brake in this race, I will be surprised. Somebody says you can upgrade the motor? No way! Okay, that's good to know. We'll get to the customization of this thing after this race, but why does this game always make fun of me? All right, ID.R, you're against a bunch of Paganis. These things are so I don't even know what year those came out, but they're slow. There is a flaw with the ID.R. It's not that fast in a straight line. And we are up to first. Thank you. All right, and brake and in, and away we go. I love the all-wheel drive. Oh, this is too good. I was actually thinking this thing could be OP. Depending on how much power we can actually toss into this thing, that's gonna make the deciding factor because, yeah, it's quick through the corners. I can just be like, oh, that's a corner. It doesn't even look like one, but sure. It is so unbelievably slow in a straight line. I'm maxed out. I'm pegged. I got nothing. There's not really that much to say as you're driving it around because it's just really smooth and stable. It's just goes about and does its thing, really. I feel like a genuine liability out here with how slow I'm going. Oh, and the AI's finally gaining. They'll probably overtake me here, honestly. There's nothing I can do. We need to take this wing and turn it upside down. It is literally producing so much downforce. We're being pushed and sucked into the ground, and we have 0 top speed, and it makes this thing feel so incredibly slow. It's like a lovely Sunday afternoon drive, and across the line, there's no dramatic anything. Anyways, I think it's pretty safe to say we need some modifications. I have never seen this logo in Forza Horizon 4 before. No way. Okay, so motor and battery. We've got our stock one with 670 horsepower. We can upgrade it, get 300 extra horsepowers, 1,000 horsepower, 700 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is no longer maxing out at 150. Thank you. We could toss on... Why can you toss on rally suspension? I want to know who's gonna do that. What else can we do? Performance and handling. Oh my god. Why? It weighs a little bit more, 1,000 horsepower though. Much better. We're going in the right direction. It only has 1 gear, but you can mess with the final drive and the first gear. Arrow, look at that. Full-on cornering. If you want to put it in the middle and have like a little bit of top speed and a little bit of cornering ability, let's see what that does to your top speed. We're going from 174 miles an hour to 180 miles an hour. Okay, there you go. Hello, special paint groups. What do you have? So that's orange. Paint group 2. Let's make paint group... What is that? Oh, it's my little trim. No way. And then paint group 3. Where's that? Oh, it's like the interior. No way. Do I want to go like Volkswagen blue? Yo, it's a lot quicker now. Oh, no, it's still like pegs out. When you get to 150, it just goes, oh. Not scientific or anything, but in 3, 2, 1, and away we go. 0 to 60 in 1.7 seconds. All the way up to, it's set around 180. Definitely slows down when you start to hit 150. I think it's just, it has so much downforce. It's kind of insane. Before people keep yelling at me in Twitch chat, what I wanted to go and do with this car. Let's go do a little hill climb event, boys. Hardest difficulty again. We're against a bunch of Paganis onto ours again because the game seems to love them. And we're doing our, okay. Can you all get out of my way? Y'all are just, no. Guys, not again. See, that's what's gonna happen if you actually take this thing online. Because everybody in X-Class is gonna be running 1 billion horsepower. Of course, the Mustang pushes me into a corner. Everybody online is gonna be running 1 billion horsepower. Everybody's gonna be way quicker than you in a straight line. And then as soon as you do happen to get to a corner, they're just gonna slow down so much you can't actually get in front. It's actually a really hard car to drive though. It's like, I'm so not used to it. It's so snappy and so like the acceleration between like 100 to 150 is just mad. But doing it around a corner is something that's gonna take a very, very long time to get used to. Yeah, the AI managed to mess me up so bad I'm not gonna be able to win this race, which is surprising considering this is a hill climb car and I can't win a hill climb. I will be honest. The Volkswagen ID.R you're not as good as I thought you would be. What do you want? 300 miles an hour? Well, considering the Ferrari can do 300 miles an hour and the Mosler can do 300 miles an hour, and this thing can't even do 200 miles an hour? Yes, 300 miles an hour would be nice. Just 250 miles an hour would be nice. Without that, it's not good enough. I think it's just built for a very, very specific purpose. And if you're not doing that one very specific thing, you will struggle. I will be honest, I am a little disappointed with this car. Something I've just noticed. So if you see back here, that green light, if you remember back in the day, I did a thing for Robo Race where I drove their electric car. Their electric car had like 500 horsepower, was all-wheel drive and stuff. Super cool car. Anyways, I got to drive that thing around the Berlin Formula E circuit. It had a green light similar to this. In electric race cars, sometimes the battery can go a little squiff. If that light changes from green to red, and the driver inside, if you step out of the car, if you have 1 foot on the car and 1 foot on the ground, you'll get electrocuted. So if that light turns red, you physically have to jump out of the car. That was like one of the biggest safety lessons that I learned while driving with Robo Race and electric cars. Good attention to detail, Forza. I like you. Like, it's a cool car. I'm super happy that it's here. I always love electric cars in Forza, so mega props for that. It's a little too slow. Maybe giving it a little bit more horsepower in Forza Horizon 4 would have been cool. Like I was saying, if you do need some help unlocking this car, feel free to jump in the Discord channel. There is a link down below. You can find other people to help you unlock this car. And until next time, next week, we have an incredibly cool car that one of my buddies actually built and is something that I think I'll enjoy a hell of a lot.